Hey folks, welcome to my channel Number Pen. So there we have the problem on our screen. Differentiate the following: y equals 5 to the power minus 1 by x, right? When you look at this function, you see that this is a function of the type a to the power x, where a is a constant and here you have 5. And instead of x, you have another function which is of the type minus 1 by x, right? So what does that call for? That calls for the chain rule, right? So, what do we do? Step one of the chain rule is to make that substitution that will bring y to a basic function whose derivative we are familiar with from first principles, or the derivative which can be obtained quite easily, right? So, what is that substitution? U equals minus 1 by x. Why am I doing this? Because it will reduce my y in terms of u, but then it will leave me with an expression of the type a to the power x whose derivative I'm quite familiar with, right? So my y in my next step becomes equal to 5 to the power u, right? And I know what is the derivative of a to the power x, right? And I can apply the same uh, to dy by du of 5 to the power u. So let us do that. So my dy by du is nothing but 5 to the power u into log of 5, right? And why is that? Because my d by dx of a to the power x is nothing but a to the power x into log of a, right? In this case, my a is equal to 5, and therefore I'm sorry, folks, this is 5 to the power u. So we have 5 to the power u into log of 5, right? And that is my dy by du. So let me call that out in yellow color, and then we will have to figure out what is our dy by dx. But before that, I need to figure out what is my du by dx, right? So let's do that. My du by dx is nothing but d by dx of minus 1 by x. So minus remains as it is, and 1 by x, we folks are quite familiar with, is nothing but minus 1 by x square, right? Again, an application of d by dx of x to the power n equals n into x to the power n minus 1, right? Folks, I'm not putting up all the formulas here out on the screen, and if you want to quickly run through the formulas that you need to solve these problems, take a look at my description under this particular video. I put a list of all the formulas that we have we will need to consume while solving these problems. So what is my du by dx? My du by dx is minus 1 into minus 1 by x square. That leaves me with a plus 1 by x square, which is nothing but a 1 by x square, right? So let me write that out. And there I have my du by dx as well. So I have my du by dx, I have my dy by du. So let me highlight my du by dx by yellow. So now I go to my final step, which is my dy by dx. My dy by dx application of chain rule is nothing but dy by du into du by dx, right? So my dy by du is what we have highlighted in green. So let's pick out that and let's write it as it is, my 5 to the power u times log 5. I write it as it is, and my du by dx is what we worked out and highlighted it in yellow, which is 1 by x square. So let me pick that out as well and write it as it is, right? So I have 5 times u log 5 into 1 by x square, and my final answer has to be in terms of x. So what is that substitution I will have to do? I'll have to go back and replace my u as minus 1 by x. That leaves me with 5 times 5 to the power minus 1 by x times log 5 times 1 by x square, right? So that's my final answer. Is there a better way of writing this out? Yes. So let's bring 1 by x square in the front. So it's 1 by x square times 5 to the power minus 1 by x times log 5. So that's my final answer. And let's highlight the final answer in a different color. So there we have 1 by x square into 5 to the power minus 1 by x into log of 5. So I hope you found this content useful. Please do subscribe to my channel and support. Thank you.